The rain had been falling for hours when Daniel Carter realized he was completely lost. His GPS had stopped working, his phone had no signal, and the road ahead was covered in thick fog. Daniel was driving through Northern California to find a mysterious property he had recently inherited. Blackwood Manor. The lawyer's letter had contained only one strange warning: do not stay in the house after midnight. Daniel thought it was a joke, until he found the mansion. A massive, abandoned-looking house stood behind enormous black iron gates. One window on the third floor was glowing. Daniel entered the property. The gates suddenly closed behind him. Then he heard a woman's laughter. The front door opened by itself. Inside, Daniel met three beautiful women. The first was Vivian, dressed in black. The second was Isabella, wearing a red dress. And the third was Charlotte, a mysterious blonde woman who barely spoke. Vivian told Daniel his room was room 13. As Daniel climbed the stairs, Charlotte whispered, "Don't open your door after midnight." At exactly midnight, 3 knocks came from Daniel's door. Knock. 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 He remembered Charlotte's warning and stayed silent. Then a woman's voice whispered, "Daniel, are you awake?" Suddenly, Charlotte's face appeared inside the bedroom mirror. She whispered, "Don't trust them." Daniel asked, "Who?" Charlotte replied, "Vivian." The mirror went black. Then Vivian entered the room. Daniel asked her about Charlotte. Vivian looked confused. "There is no Charlotte." Daniel froze. The next morning, Isabella also denied knowing Charlotte. But then Isabella whispered, "Don't trust any of us." Daniel began exploring the mansion. In an old tower room, he discovered a diary belonging to his uncle, Edward Carter. The diary mentioned all 3 women. It said, "They never eat, they never sleep, they never leave the property, and then the house owns them." Daniel also discovered dozens of old photographs showing the 3 women with different men. One of those men was his uncle. Charlotte suddenly appeared. She told Daniel that his uncle had loved all 3 women, but there was something worse. Those men had never truly left Blackwood Manor. They were trapped inside the house. Then Charlotte warned Daniel, "Run." The mansion suddenly began shaking. Daniel escaped through a secret passage and reached the forest. But when he looked back, Charlotte was standing inside the mansion. The woman beside him suddenly changed into a terrifying creature. Daniel finally understood. The house could create copies. It could imitate people. And the 3 women were not controlling the mansion. The mansion was controlling them. Daniel returned to save Charlotte. Inside, Vivian and Isabella were waiting. The house came alive. Doors slammed. Windows shattered. Dark shadows moved from the shrubs. Charlotte appeared in the mirror and screamed, "Break it!" Daniel smashed the mirror. The entire mansion screamed. The house began collapsing. Daniel escaped through the front door. But when police found him the next morning, he was completely alone. There was no Charlotte, no mansion, nothing. For 5 years, Daniel tried to On the back of the photograph were 4 words. We found you again. 10 years later, a young man named Nathan was driving through Northern California when his car suddenly broke down. His phone had no signal. Through the fog, he saw a massive mansion, Blackwood Manor. The front door opened. 3 women stood inside. Vivian, Isabella, Charlotte. They smiled. "You're late." And Ethan saw a man standing behind them. It was Daniel Carter, but Daniel hadn't aged a day. Daniel Black, Daniel's all in real. When asked, "Who are you?" Daniel whispered, "This place is a prison." The doors suddenly slammed shut. The clock struck midnight 12 times. Then the 14th bell rang. Daniel looked toward the staircase. 4 shadows appeared. 3 belonged to the women. The 4th belonged to Daniel. But Daniel was standing right beside Annan. The shadow slowly pointed toward room 13. Then a woman's voice whispered from upstairs, "One you will leave." And the mansion came alive once again.